Hello, I'm Andrew Edwards, presenter of the BBC Radio Leeds Breakfast Show. I've been working with the Leeds Initiative over the last year, developing partnership working with the business community. Every day I talk and listen to the people of Leeds and hear their concerns and issues. In this short film, we're going to look at some of the results that partnership working achieves for local people. Leeds is an acknowledged success as a city with a strong economy and a vibrant cultural life. But we know that too many people don't share in that success. Over 150,000 people live in areas which are in the worst 10% nationally. Leeds Initiative's partnership effort and its local area agreement are focused on narrowing the gap.
We began partnership working in Leeds many years ago. We all accepted, of all political parties, that local authorities just couldn't achieve what needed to be achieved on their own. We had to work much more constructively with a range of partners, and that began 18 years ago next year, and it's been extremely successful in a whole range of ways, expanding the economy of the city, working with the Chamber of Commerce, working with business groups. It comes back to the same message: partnership working in Leeds has been proved to work, and we will continue to try and expand our partnerships and to make a brighter future for more people in the city.
When you actually look at the detail of the LEA, what you will find in there is a set of priorities that are clearly linked to the Vision for Leeds priorities. And the Vision for Leeds is the 20-year vision that's been set by the Leeds Initiative for the city. The LEA will help us accelerate the delivery of those priorities within that vision, and particularly those that relate to our ambition to narrow the gap between those that are more prosperous in Leeds and those that live in more deprived communities.
Leeds Voice is a voluntary community faith sector organisation, and we facilitate the community empowerment network in Leeds. Firstly, there are different levels of influence, and I think just having the voluntary sector sitting at the table is influential in itself, because it reminds the public sector partners that the voluntary community faith sector contributes a massive amount to the city. We're able to reach places that public sector partners often cannot reach, i.e. the marginalised groups, the more disadvantaged people.
So, all the people involved are telling a good story. The partners in Leeds have been keen to involve people, to make sure that they respond to their needs through traditional public meetings and forums and innovative action research on the ground. So what is the impact on local people? Let's look across the different blocks of activity in the local area agreement. 59,000 jobs have been created over the last 10 years in Leeds, but we still have over 30,000 people on incapacity benefit, a lot of people with mental health and musculoskeletal problems. The Leeds Incapacity Employment Project is a pilot programme with a new, innovative approach to tackling this problem.
LEAP is basically a project to help people who are on incapacity-related benefits try and get back into sustained employment. The main partners in the LEAP project, basically the Job Centre Plus. We've got Leeds Mind, who specialise in mental health, Touchstone also as well. Obviously Leeds City Council Jobs and Skills, and the Leeds Primary Care Trust.
What we're doing is we have part of the programme is to have exercise programmes for people who've been on long-term incapacity benefit, who've had long-term chronic pain or mainly back pain at the moment. We're hoping to open that up a little bit, and the idea is, and research shows, that if we exercise people, get them in better condition, then they're able to manage their back pain better, and perhaps also their pain can decrease as well, and hence we're able to sort of maybe get people back to work as well from that.
It's important because, you know, there's a lot of people in my predicament. Some are a lot worse off, some are not so worse off. And the more people you can get fit and back to work, the better it is for all concerned.
Leeds is focusing on entrepreneurship as a way forward to tackle deprivation and worklessness in our local communities. We've a unique approach funded through the Local Enterprise Growth Initiative to create community-led businesses in our toughest neighbourhoods.
Beeston Holbeck is a deprived community. We're not achieving the benefits that other parts of Leeds are achieving, and Tiger 11 is about trying to put that right and trying to bridge that gap. Tiger 11's a development trust, which means that we work in partnership with other organisations. We are a community organisation ourselves. We are endeavouring to use enterprise as a way to help regenerate the area. So we're particularly interested in job creation, but we're also interested in running a successful business ourselves that generates a surplus that we can reinvest in the community. I think Leeds has been forward-thinking in the way they've approached the partnership with Tiger 11, because they have been prepared to sell the freehold to the building, for example, to Tiger 11, which has helped us be in a position to raise further funding to actually make the project happen. And I don't think every council would have been prepared to do that. They'd have wanted to keep some form of control over the building, let it to us on a peppercorn rent or something, but that wouldn't have produced the same results. And I think it's a mature attitude that speaks well about how we can form a genuine partnership of independent people deciding to work in partnership together.
By working with Jeremy and helping him realize his aspirations to take over a building for community benefit, I think it is probably, it will be one of the biggest symbols of partnership in the city, because it involves Leeds City Council, private sector banks, grafting by Jeremy, and the community at large through the organisation Tiger 11.
In this Beacon bid, we've focused on our work with children and young people. They're the future of our city, and our aim is to prevent problems in the future by getting outcomes today. Our aim is to wrap services around the child and family, helping them to overcome their difficulties and reach their full potential.
Wildfire was set up in 2002. We're a voluntary sector organisation, and we're funded by Leeds Children's Fund, and our age group is 5 to 13 predominantly. We were originally commissioned to bridge the gap between services that were non-existent in some schools but that existed in others, and also to be more of a link between schools and homes.
Where Leeds has excelled is joined up working in local areas. Operation Champion, developed by the district partnerships, has had a significant impact in the most deprived areas, showing local people that the partnership really cares for the area.
Operation Champion is a crime and grime project that aims to reduce crime in local communities and deal with the environmental issues. Champion is taking place here today in the Driglington area, where it's an operation that takes place across the city on a rolling programme. So there will be an Operation Champion on almost a weekly basis in different parts of the city, and it's all coordinated so that as many areas as possible receive the benefit of this service. It's very important on projects like this that agencies work together. Without everyone's full involvement, we wouldn't be able to do it, because often the projects don't involve any additional resources. They're often done just with agencies contributing their work but moving their services around so that they can deliver what they would normally deliver but target it into this area for this period of time. I think it provides a very strong reassurance message that all the partner agencies are involved and working together to tackle the issues that matter to people on the street. So, for example, one of the major impacts that people will see today is the very visible presence of lots of police officers, staff from DVLA, from Customs, from a range of different council services, and people will be much more aware of them being around and doing their work.
I think increasingly people are coming to realise in the city that a range of different organisations deliver the services, the outcomes that people want to see. And I've been extremely heartened by the positive comments I've received from not just groups, community groups, but individuals who can see the direction that Leeds is moving as a very positive way forward. So that does encourage us to try and enhance the partnership, working even more wherever we can.
We do work with other councils across the Yorkshire, and I would say that Leeds is definitely a leader in being able to implement strategy.
So there you have it, strong partnership working which involves and includes a local area agreement which is accelerating real outcomes for local people. The final results speak for themselves. In the last few years, Leeds has narrowed the gap All the worst areas in the city are improving fast. We have 31 neighbourhoods in the worst 3% nationally across all the government's measures, and that has fallen to 22. Partnership working is making a real difference.